What's up, guys? My name is Dave, and today I'm going to show you how to play How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. It's an absolute Motown classic. Jerry Garcia Band played it an awful lot. And to my little bit of research, they opened more shows with this song than any other. And again, that's just like some Googling around and stuff, so don't hold me to it. But I've heard it on countless recordings, and it's just such a great... It's a great way to start a show, the vibe, the feel, and this bass line is great. It's just Motown bliss. I absolutely love it, and so let's get right into it. The song has three parts. There's the intro section, chorus section, and a verse section, and that's it. And so we'll go, I wanted to listen, we'll play through everything, just playing the root notes, just so get your arms around this deal, and then we'll back up, and then I'm going to show you, because he's really doing some neat, interesting stuff. And I have most of it. There's some little rolls, and this is John Kahn at his finest. And I mean, so there's some little nuggets that are hard to pin down, but I'll get you the lion's share of what he's doing. So I've got Kahn College as a February 28th, 1980 legendary show. This was actually a 3-disc set back in my day when I remember buying this at Tower Records. And, getting 16 years old or something. But anyhow, let's get after it. How sweet it is to be loved by you. So we'll start here. Like I say, we'll just plug out root notes. This is a descending bass line, this C, A, G, F, C. I use the C here, A, G, F, C, G, F, C, G. Now the second time around, same thing. We're going to play the same phrase here. And then if you see where I wrote, we're going to the F. We're going to end it on the C. You just hold that C, and then we go right into the chorus. The F, G, C, C, F, G, C, G, G, C to A, G, so you C, A, G, F, do that twice. And then they do this great, like, kind of a pumping C to F. So those are your three parts, and the structure, forgive me, and I wrote down a bunch of stuff. It's going to take a bit. So the structure of this song goes intro, chorus, verse, and then you go chorus, verse, chorus, and then the jam is over the intro. And then you'll come out of the jam into a verse, chorus, out. Here, and I could post a picture of this too, but I wanted to get all this shit on the board. But that's what it took. Like, I wanted to do this lesson for a long time, and it was like, and I know how this song goes. I've been listening to this song since I was a kid, and so you know those songs. They're just in your heart. They're in your soul. You listen to them, you know how it goes. But it's like it took me really sitting and penciling this out to see kind of how they play it. And then the Jerry Garcia Band might not play it exactly like the original recording. And what do they jam over? Do they jam over the verse? Do they jam over the chorus? And which is always the question in a Jerry song. Yeah, that's what's great too, because I remember when I was younger too, I'd listen to this and it was like, how sweet it is, man. It's kind of like my parents' stuff or whatever. And now that I'm a little bit older or whatever, but you listen, it's a great song in its own right, but it's in the jam. The jam is so sweet, and this bass line is so fun to play. So let's get back to the beginning, and let's see what old Johnny is doing, because it's just so great how he complements these chords and how he links them together. So just that right there. So coming out of the gate. First off, notice how he's not playing here. He's playing the octaves. So he's playing, and then he's giving it a, So each note, each octave, you're playing the note over it. This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you kind of the like, say we're playing a video game and I'm giving you John Kahn's bass line. You have the beginner level, which is where you would just play whole notes or the root notes through the whole song just to learn the basics. I'm giving you like the intermediate level, because if you get into every little nuance and subtlety, we would just be here all day long. So I like to kind of simplify to a degree what he's doing, and then play it and listen along. I've probably played this song 25 times since I wanted to do this lesson, but aside from all the other times I've listened to it. So, and it's just, he's doing so much little stuff here. So the way I've... So that little descending pattern, what I'm doing is, and it's good, like I say, I've kind of got this to where that I hammered that down. That is my anchor for this little portion, because you do this ascending twice, you end on the G, and then you end on the C the second time around. You do the same descending line down here in the verse, that little C, A, G, F thing. So it's good to have... So this is from the C. I'm going 5, 4, 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 4, 3, and then a open 1, 2, 3. And then you go, See how it's a lot of like walking bass. Now I'm not traditionally trained, and I remember Scott's bass lessons. These guys, you got to learn your walking bass lines. Got to learn your walking bass lines. Well, I didn't. So I'm learning to this song. I'm kind of figuring it out. So I like to play that. And the and then you do it again. And then you hold that C. How sweet it is to be loved by you. So, kind of a lot going on, I guess, if we get this. And so if we're good to there, and then John Kahn kind of preempts it. He goes, boom. So that's a little bit, and like I say, these things can I kind of got hung up on them. So you do the intro, and then now we're back to the C, and so we're at this C here. So dum bum bum to the G, F, C, G, and then we do it all over again. 2, 3. Oh, that change when you go to the chorus. So we go do So that's our intro. And the jam is over the intro. And sorry, that's why I'm trying to hammer this down. These are coffee sessions, but I normally record videos in the afternoon, evening. But we are like 8:30 coffee, So you're getting coffee, Dave. Apologies. We're gonna hammer this in though. You gotta learn this song. You gotta get these little licks and turnarounds. It is gold. And let's keep going. So that was the intro. Let's get into the verse.
Sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the
Let's nail that chorus. So, warming up in here already. It is cold as hell too. And Stockton was like 38 degrees. Well, at least for here, it's chilly. So we come out of the intro, bum, 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 and then you do your C, and then you open 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, C, and then he goes. So we do that twice. And then right into the verse. So again, he doesn't play the F down here and the G down here. He how sweet it is, and then he'll add that low in afterwards. But his main root is the octave down here, which is just interesting. The quality of his tone and his notes, I would say they're pillowy. You know what I mean? Like he's not. It's more just. It just sounds very light touch, and it's very easy. You know what I mean? He's not. I mean, he's played, these guys are totally seasoned veterans, so nobody's probably struggling much here. But just as far as us and trying to understand, his tone and how he's playing or whatever, keeping it light, very light, and so into this chorus here. So, and then again, I use those. That's a lot in Motown. You'll use the note over the note you're playing. That's just like a kind of a reflex that I'll do sometimes. So, but that's how I would play that. And then he does this box scale thing. And then open 1, 2, 3. And then that is your G. 2, 4, 5. So we'll get into that. But again, the chorus, F to G to C. And C, open 1, 2, 3. So I hope this is sticking. I know it takes me forever to get to shit, but I like to play. This is the entire tune. Hammer it down and keep going. But I'll attach this version. This whole album is gold. So I'm gonna be doing more stuff on this album, on this show. So let's get into the verse. Let me back it up just a touch, and we'll come out of the chorus.
Loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. I needed the shelter of someone's arm, and there you were.
Whoops, I hit the wrong note there.
Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. With sweet love
Now we do this pedal.
and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is.
So now we are on the verse. So, 2, 4, 5. I live in the shelter, and then what I'll do is. Again, it's the same beginning of the intro that they play here, then they loop it twice. And so, sorry. And then when I come up to the C here, just because of how he plays it, I'll jump right back to the high C. So let's do that twice. And then he does this. Again, the G, he's pedaling the G over the C. And that is just a dead note. F, but F, but and I actually hear him. But like I say, some of these roles and some of these things, it's hard to pin down. And so, again, intermediate, right? I try and get 85, 90, as close as I can to what he's doing. But this is, like I say, I often brag, or not brag, but I mean, what I love about John Kahn's playing is his simplicity and how he sticks to this groove, and he repeats his phrase many times. And most of what I've covered of his to this point, he rarely deviates. Only like when they're really jamming or they're getting a little trippy or something, he might kind of step out, but then he gets right back in to what he plays. And that, for me, it just makes it easy. And the fact that he was Jerry's soul guy for like so many years, and it's like, well, he was doing something right, you know what I mean? Because Jerry called on him every time. But this is not the case. He's got his little Motown magic, and he's kind of, throwing all sorts of little things in. So I just want to give you kind of the bulk here, and then listen to this and play this, and then see what you can, if you can. Oh yeah, no, he might be doing something a little off of what I'm showing you. I'm showing you the bones here. But there's a lot of little things that give it that Motown flavor and that Motown feel. So I'm just hoping to kind of get you up to speed. And like I say, I don't want to be the definitive voice on this is exactly what he's doing for this version. But so the verse, I might just play it like this. My emotion, I want to stop And thank you, baby. I just wanna stop. Thank you. But 3 open 1 3. How sweet it is. See how isn't it just it feels so good, and I'm just so excited. I normally just kind of wing these lessons and one take, press record, but I actually took some notes I wanted to cover, so forgive me, guys. But y'all know I'm not the edit guy, right? We're just pretty casual here. Let's keep going though. Let's get through some.
Loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Another verse.
Open my eyes at night. I wonder where I'd be without you in my life.
God dang, I keep hitting that.
Everything was such a bore. All the things I've done seems I've done them before. But you brighten up all of my days.
Listen,
With the love so sweet in so many ways, I wanna stop and thank you, babe. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
I mean, is there anything sweeter? So it's that descending line. So that kind of why I was hammering that in the beginning of the video. And then this part here too, he goes bum 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 You can again listen to it and you'll see there's a little variation in what he's doing. Those are the notes though. You know, just, but yeah, this is good stuff, and there's something about the Motown feel that every bass player should kind of have a grasp of, and you don't have to know every single thing, but if you can just. You know what I mean? And so let's not forget about our right hand here, because that's really what's plugging all this out. You know what I mean? And so I'm doing a lot of muting. I mean, that's kind of heavily muted, You don't even have to. But I like to mute, especially to kind of bring it down. Like I say, he's not really playing loud or dynamic. It's really kind of soft and subtle, and it's just support. It's just support, and especially when you hear Jerry go into this beautiful solo, and he's just right there, man. It's just like a warm blanket. So anyhow, I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about, and first off, yeah, because this was a bit of a chore for me to figure out how the song goes, and so if you really want to learn a song, I just wanted to talk about how I learn it. A lot of times I will play through the whole thing, and I will just play root notes and write it down. Kind of after I've been playing it for a while, then I'll sit down so I kind of know how it goes in my head, and I'll listen to it, start and stop it, and just sketch out the chord changes, just kind of like this. And whatever shorthand works for you, because this is just trying to absorb it. And then just sticking to root notes to keep it simple at first, because you'll get lost in the how we're connecting everything. And then I'll go back, and then I will listen. Once I have it kind of written and the structure, chorus, verse, chorus, ba, 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 the jam is over the intro section, which is like, oh, then that helped me understand it. I'll go back, and I'll try and learn some of his licks. And essentially, you have the chord, the C to A minor to G to F. So you're just looking for interesting ways, C, A minor, G, F, C, A, G, F. How do we connect those? Well, you go like this. That's the C, the C, B, A, to the G, to the F. And so you're finding interesting musical ways to, go from chord to chord, move your way down, work your way through the tune, and in so many ways. Also, let's see here. Yeah, finding creative ways to move from one chord to the next. Also, I wanted to, just for what it's worth, thinking about, I guess in a deeper level, maybe, what something sounds like, what a bass line sounds like, versus what it feels like. And I know they're kind of one and the same, but as far as like if you're a bass player and you want, especially if you're playing in a band and you know what I mean, you're trying to create a vibe, because that's what happened too. I used to play back when I was younger, right? We did all the acid tests and we did all the crazy stoner parties and all that stuff, and we still do to some extent, or did, but then we got, later in these past few years, we would play like hospice fundraisers, and you would play like nice, pleasant events that like your parents might attend. And it just got more like, I don't want to just play for everybody that's out partying and getting hammered. I want to play music that sounds and feels good to everyone, to children and to sober people and drunk and high. You know what I mean? Just right, there's like an element of, and that's what Motown is great for, is just like this broad appeal. You can't deny the good. It's just inherently good. There's something in it that is so sweet. And I guess, yeah. And so that led me to, just the songs or the notes and the sounds, but when you play it all together, and then when you play with a band, and so there's all this other sound coming out at the same time, like how do you not only make it sound good, but you make it feel good? Because a lot of times people don't even hear the bass line. Very rarely, I'm sure, if you're playing in and there's 50 or 100 people in a crowd, unless there's a bass player in the crowd watching, many people usually aren't like, wow, that bass player is really laying it down or whatever. It's a lot of times you get lost in the overall tapestry of sound. And so my point is to just try and think about that. How do you make it feel good? You want to make people happy. You want to make your musicians happy. You're trying to encourage and inspire creative pursuits, and especially when you're playing Motown. I mean, that's what it's all about. So let's go a little bit more here. And again, we're jamming over the intro. And usually I will play this, like I say, especially when I'm learning it, I'll play it the same way every time. Just to develop it. You know, these songs are you know, you need to be in this, you know, to kind of get your hands around it, get your arms around it. And so you need all the help. I mean, at least me, I need all the help I can get, right? So it's like, why, you know, there's no point in me improvising off of anything to go anywhere else other than just try and hold it down and develop that feel and that getting that comfortable in the timing and everything else. And so I play it the same way every time throughout. And then as time goes, once you're you know, down the road, I will kind of open it up a little bit. But generally, I like to keep it real close to home and kind of play it safe, you know, unless it's late night at a party and we're just throwing it out to the wind, which by then we're probably not playing the song anyways, you know what I mean? So keep going. Keyboard solo. It's the same. It's all the intro. Listen to the drummer. I mean, everybody's you're allowing the keyboard player to shine. Which is usually our job anyways, is allowing everybody else to shine and trying to support them. Whoops. Here comes old Jer. So we've probably looped the intro section 12 times or more by now. So that's why you want to right into the verse.
I wonder where I'd be without you. Everything was such a bore. All the things I've done seems I've done them before. But you
Riding up all of my days.
the love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby.
How sweet it is.
Love by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Real quick, I got that too, because it's how sweet it is to be loved by you. Ba-ba-da-no. Boom. How sweet it is. And that is your 15th fret, because that your how sweet it is to be loved by you. So you're on your C. So you come up here to your C up here. It's the same C, but he's playing. So that's 15 on the G and 15 on the A. Look, back it up just a second. I know I know this is like the longest video ever, but this is for my real ones out there, you guys that I've been talking to and everything. I mean, I love it. I love you guys, and I appreciate all your positive messages and stuff. It means everything to me. So keeps me going, keeps me making these 40-minute videos. Oh my God.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Sweeter than the honey from the bees, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Yes, it is. You know it is, darling. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh, yes, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Loved by you.
I think the ending is so it's how sweet it is to be loved by you, and then how sweet, and then it's like a. So it's just 3 open, 1, 2, 3, open 1. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. So there it is, my how sweet it is. I had some more stuff here, and I'm gonna keep covering all this stuff. So yeah, establish a core way that you play it, and to where it's just like, this is good enough. This feels right. It's not exactly what John Kahn's doing, blah blah blah, but it feels right. It works. Hammer that down. And play that the same way every time. And then as your abilities improve and as you listen and you wait, no, he's doing a little something else. He's adding a note or he's and then you can kind of fine tune. But I like to have my fundamental and okay, that works, boom, print it. And then you have something. And that way when, hey, can you play this song? Yes, I can. You know what I mean? I know how the parts go. I have it, and then this part works. Because nobody's going to listen to that and be like, well, wait a minute. Actually, in the Kahn College version, he doesn't do that. It's like nobody's going to do that. So you just want to get really to be good enough. And then, we have the rest of our days, right? To fine tune all this stuff. But plus, the whole point is we're trying to have fun. You know what I mean? We don't want to be a dick or you just bang our head against it's just have fun, establish the good vibes. You know what I mean? Make shit feel good. And I'll leave you with this. I know I'm just taking forever. Oh, I two things. So I used to teach a yoga class like way back in my 20s. It's a long story, but we used to use visualization exercises, right? When you were in a pose, so you'd be laying with your feet up the wall, right? And then so you would visualize like a waterfall running down your legs, the blood's running down your legs, and all that stuff, whatever. So and it kind of helped. And so I had a visualization. I was out riding my bike the other day, and it was like, so if you could just think about this, think about if you're a boat floating in the water, right, in a lake, okay, and the lake is the song, whatever song, right? Because when you're playing a song, nothing else matters. This is the song I'm in. There's not, and then after that, we're going to do this, and after that, no. When you play a song, you got to commit, put your fucking phone down, and like, we're present, we're here, and this is it. So the body of water is the song, okay? We're the boat, and you drop an anchor to the deepest part of this lake, right? So that anchor, that's your core way of playing it, right? And then as you sway in the breeze of the groove and you move around on the surface of the lake, on the surface of the song, right? You never lose that anchor. You never lose that. And so that's just something maybe to think about when you do get into improvising and when you are playing these longer songs with big jams and you're trading back and forth and stuff. You never lose that anchor, because that's our job, is to kind of keep that fundamental and keep everybody reminding everybody, yeah, this is the song we're playing. This is it. This is when we go to this change. And don't, but boom, and you're kind of in charge of that in a way. Also, so that was my visualization, the boat on the water, the water's the song. Also, and then it was just, I read this somewhere, but it was like to offer up your music or offer up your bass line as you would offer a cup of tea to someone, almost like a monk would, and that's just take it or leave it. I just like I have some guys I've played with that were very kind of monk-like. They're just amazing players, super talented, and had all sorts of emotion that they could channel and stuff. But when you would talk to them, they would, like off stage or whatever, and they would just be so polite and calm and kind. And some people are not. Some people are very macho and egotistical, and it takes everybody to make the world go round. I like the idea of offering my music as a cup of tea and just kind of, you know what I mean? I just through my years, I've experienced it all, ramming my music down people's throats, just blasting them in the face with it, and like, hey, look how cool, isn't this cool? And so I've since kind of, in my years, have kind of relaxed back to just trying to play something that feels good. And that's kind of my mantra lately, you know what I mean? Does it feel good? Then keep doing it. If not, then maybe we try something a little different. So I'll leave you with that, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around for my Motown series. And I brought my P bass out. So this is a 78 Fender Precision bass, ash body. It's got the maple fingerboard. I love it. And I've been playing my jazz bass for the whole entirety of my channel here. But for the old Motown, I brought this bad boy out, and I might hang on to this for a minute because it just sounds so good. At least in my cans, it sounds really nice. So anyhow, again, thank you so much, and keep the messages coming. I love you guys, man. I mean, it really means a lot. I got he'll be 3 in May, so I got my little son running around, and a friend of mine told me when you have a child, he's my first child too. Your world gets very small. Because you just get consumed with everything, and that's the truth. And so hearing from you guys, it's like hearing from old friends or something. So I mean, really from the heart, man. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that this is helping in some small way. And I'm gonna keep it coming because it's I'm really getting a lot out of it. So thanks again, boys and girls. All right, we'll see you. Bye.